K-pop idols often project an image of steadfast single devotion to their fans, yet the backstage reality holds a far more intricate truth. Spanning generations from the pioneering first wave to today's emerging talents, they've truly mastered the subtle art of keeping their romantic pursuits under wraps. The burning question remains, how do these high-profile individuals meet, maintain contact, and navigate dating without ever drawing suspicion? Love remains a profoundly sensitive subject within the K-pop industry, with stars perpetually scrutinized. Although public outrage directed at idols discovered in romantic relationships was once considerably more intense, in bygone eras, candidly, little has shifted. A public frenzy still erupts the instant a romantic pairing comes to light. Nevertheless, management companies appear to grasp that halting young, attractive individuals from forming natural emotional bonds is an impossible feat. Consequently, they permit dating but impose extraordinarily stringent regulations on idols, ensuring their private affairs remain entirely hidden from public scrutiny. This appears to be a deeply ingrained policy at SM Entertainment. Actress Lee Yeon-hee unveiled that while her agency lacked an explicit dating prohibition, the undeniable unspoken guideline was simple: just avoid getting caught. Jessica, formerly of Girls' Generation, additionally highlighted how being upfront with their team regarding their romantic endeavors frequently simplified matters. In such instances, staff members would even contribute assisting the celebrities in maintaining their relationships' discretion. However, maintaining clandestine relationships or inadvertently creating issues for the agency could spectacularly backfire. Should anything go awry, or if a romance were to unravel publicly, it would be significantly more challenging for the company to intervene and offer support. Thus, many might assume idols simply lack the bandwidth for romance, but the truth is, they've become remarkably adept at keeping their personal love sagas entirely clandestine. This often leaves observers pondering how they achieve such profound secrecy, particularly under the perpetual intense spotlight they endure. They are shadowed by devoted followers, meticulously monitored by their managers and crews, and instantly recognizable to virtually all. Yet certain celebrities manage to sustain enduring love affairs, completely slipping past the detection of anyone. So to begin, let's explore precisely how they managed to initiate that crucial first connection. A widely circulated technique that gained traction online a few years ago centered around the inkigayo sandwiches. During a 2018 broadcast of SBS's We Will Channel You, former Big Bang member Seungri disclosed that when artists are promoting on inkigayo, they are not permitted to dine in their designated green rooms. Consequently, they typically congregate at the cafeteria situated on the structure's fourth floor. Seungri further elucidated that idols employ a clever stratagem for exchanging contact information while mingling in this communal space. They would tuck their phone number inside the sandwich's plastic wrapper and subtly pass it to their desired individual. A different ingenious approach for sharing personal contact numbers involves signed albums. As you might be aware, rookie groups frequently visit their senior idols' dressing rooms to offer greetings and present their autographed compact discs. However, this isn't exclusively a polite formality. Occasionally, it serves as a clandestine method for celebrities to connect with those they admire. GNA of Lovelyz once recounted an incident where another idol visited and handed a signed CD to one of her groupmates, feigning fandom. Yet upon closer inspection, she discovered his personal contact number discreetly inscribed within the album's inner sleeve. Another prevalent avenue for idols to establish communication is through their respective team members. For example, the famed duo Wonbin and Lee Na-young initially crossed paths courtesy of their shared stylist, and they have now been joyfully married for over 10 years. Even Girls' Day's Hyori noted that a common method for idols to link up with individuals they find appealing involves leveraging hair and fashion stylists who have collaborated with both parties. Nevertheless, with today's proliferation of social media platforms, and considering that many idols often manage their own digital presences, they can simply slide into each other's direct messages on Instagram. This renders it considerably safer for them to converse, candidly free from the constant apprehension of being observed by staff management or fellow celebrities. One might wonder how they even manage to acquire contact, given that most idols are not permitted to possess personal cell phones. Former Blady member Tina divulged that numerous idols clandestinely obtain a secondary device exclusively for their romantic pursuits, meticulously concealing it from their managers. Others even resort to using iPads or tablets. She further observed that some idols rely on email for their amorous conversations, yet This is scarcely the most expedient method, as responses can frequently take considerable time. Now that they've successfully established a connection, where precisely do they typically go for dates? According to Super Junior's Hechul, discreet cafes nestled in Cheongdam-dong and Nonhyeon-dong serve as prime destinations. Apparently, the Han River was also formerly a favored location for clandestine rendezvous with scarcely a soul present at night. However, once fervent fans and the media began converging on the vicinity, eager to catch sight of celebrities, they were forced to cease their visits. Some idols have disclosed that couples occasionally arrange to meet during music broadcasts because there are certain spots where they can successfully dodge being noticed or busted. Idols also hit up restaurants, which might strike you as odd, since disclosing that his Itaewon venues are frequently patronized by an elite clientele seeking unparalleled seclusion. He observed that K-pop idols upon their entrance are expeditiously escorted to the uppermost level for optimal, absolute discretion. Depending on their celebrity status, even more stringent protocols are often implemented. Hong Suk-chun also divulged that his team at the moment of departure meticulously orchestrates their exits, ensuring zero risk of detection. Intriguingly, some public figures deliberately pick bustling, high-traffic locations for their secret rendezvous. Convinced that the sheer volume of people provides the ultimate cloak of invisibility, Jae Kyung of Rainbow, during a Radio Star segment in 2018, let viewers in on a surprising secret, disclosing that her preferred clandestine meeting spots were Korea's ancient palaces. As bustling tourist attractions, they offered an ingenious layer of anonymity, especially when she donned a hanbok, since everyone around would be attired similarly, ensuring she blended seamlessly into the crowd. And speaking of ingenious cover-ups, this clever tactic has become a favored method for many idols, striving to keep their public personas separate from their private affairs, especially when out with romantic partners. Super Junior's Hechul once divulged a truly wild tale from his trainee period, when he was covertly dating a truly prominent figure. Though he was relatively unknown, his romantic interest was undeniably a huge star, demanding an exceptionally clever scheme for them to spend time publicly without arousing any suspicion. So Hechul conceived a brilliant idea: cross-dressing. Donning a lady's wig and a full dress, he recounted how he then proceeded on his date, openly holding his girlfriend's hand in plain view, yet remained entirely undetected. In Korea, it's quite customary for girls, even as platonic friends, to hold hands, a social norm Hechul ingeniously exploited to safeguard their clandestine romance. While not a traditional K-pop idol, Daigo Nishihata, a member of the Japanese sensation Naniwa Danshi, reportedly employed a similar tactic when he was allegedly linked to Kaho Adachi, an announcer 2 years his junior. A news outlet claimed he spent the evening with the reporter and was subsequently spotted incognito donning a woman's wig, a bucket hat, and a face mask to conceal his true identity. Blackpink's Rosé seems to have deployed a remarkably similar tactic. Since her departure from YG Entertainment, Rosé has been notably candid about her romantic history and a complicated past romance, openly sharing details through her interviews or artistic creations. Nevertheless, her narratives surrounding this former relationship have left many completely bewildered. How could one of the biggest stars from the most renowned K-pop girl groups keep a long-term relationship entirely under wraps without even one photo or whisper? Rosé was so incredibly discreet that no one even noticed her strolling down the street in plain sight. In a conversation with Capital, Rosé divulged her secret method for venturing out, explaining, "I'd disguise myself as an old lady. I'd procure a wig and a granny hat. I'd observe what ordinary people wore outdoors, then purchase those items online from sites like eBay and similar platforms before I'd quietly slip out. However, if idols deem it too much effort to don complex disguises or locate a private rendezvous point, they often opt for car dates or simply staying confined to their own residences, particularly if they live alone. It's a well-known jest among netizens that one can frequently infer an idol's relationship status based on whether they possess a driver's license. While possessing a vehicle or a license doesn't definitively prove an idol is dating, it's widely perceived by fans as a rather strong indication. A license grants them the autonomy to move around independently, making clandestine dates simpler to arrange far from their manager's watchful eyes. Kwang Yi, formerly of ZEA, even supported this car equals dating notion during a segment on SBS's Strong Heart in 2012. He firmly believed idols acquired cars exclusively for romantic meetups. He even recounted an occasion when he went on a car date with a female group member near the Han River. There he observed countless imported vehicles, which he surmised belonged to other stars on their secret excursions. Kwang Hee's intuition proved to be spot on when He disclosed he once had a minor fender bender with one of those very vehicles, only to find both the driver and passenger were in fact celebrity colleagues. It's precisely due to this pervasive belief that many idols even refrain from announcing they possess a driver's license or a car concerned, fans might immediately jump to conclusions about them being in a romantic relationship. ATEEZ's Hongjung once confessed to his fans that he had considered keeping his driver's license under wraps, fearing it might displease them. While the precise truth of this idea remains debatable, it's clear that idols frequently choose car meetings with their loved ones, viewing it as the safest option. Many years ago, former Fin K.L member Lee Jin confessed to having numerous secret car dates with her beau after her manager